Hi. How you doing? Let's do some Pilates. I'm going to have you start sitting on the floor with your legs out in front of you. If that is an uncomfortable position for you, grab a pillow or two to sit on so your hips are a little higher than your legs. I would like you to sit with a shallow bend in your knees and a little space in between your legs. Rest your hands on your legs or by your sides. And let's start out tuning into our breathing rhythm. I would like you to get into the pattern of inhaling through your nose and then exhaling through your mouth. You're going to make an O shape with the mouth so it feels like you're blowing out a candle. So we got a steady, smooth breath. Try to inhale and imagine the air is going down into your sit bones. Just so you sense that region of the body. And then when you exhale, you'll feel a very gentle compression around your abdominal wall as you blow the air out. When you breathe in, imagine the air now filling up all the way to the crown of your head so you get a little taller. And when you exhale, use that phase of your breath to relax tension out of your neck and shoulders. Now we're going to add a little movement, so I want you to take a breath in, sitting up nice and tall. When you exhale, nod your chin and start to curl forward. Let your hands slide down your legs, but keep your attention on your sit bones and make sure that as you curl forward, you stay on the same spot of them. All right, so your pelvis hasn't moved. Now take a breath in down here and try to encourage the air into the back of your rib cage. We want to get that diaphragm moving, and that's usually where it's tight or restricted. When you exhale, start to stack up your spine. Begin by rooting down into those sit bones. We're going to roll up one vertebra at a time, stacking your rib cage, then opening your chest and lifting your chin. We're going to do that 2 more times. Get taller as you breathe in. Exhale to drop your chin, curl forward, round over your legs. Feel the abs compressing down there, and as you inhale, keep those abs strong. Breathe into your back, and when you exhale, roll back up. Create that support around the abdominal wall so you feel like you're floating up, and imagine space between each vertebra as you lift. 1 more time. Breathe in, then nod the chin, curl forward, let your shoulder blades spread slightly as you round your back. Hold there for a breath in, and then exhale to roll back up to the top. Put just a little more bend in your knees. We're going to do a little mini exercise called click-clack. I want you to put your hands behind your thighs. Start up on your sit bones again in a vertical spine. When you exhale, I want you to roll back off your sit bones, flexing your lower back a little bit towards the mat, and then inhale to come back up onto the sit bones. So I'm having you hold on to your thighs. Just keep rocking. So that we get a limit. I don't want you to go too far, but the name of this exercise, you probably know why already, because you can feel you kind of click back up onto the sit bones. So this, we're trying to sense, keep your awareness down there and feel what it's like when we're in a slumped posture back to a vertical posture. So sometimes we use this action to start a rolling motion and then back up, and just 1 more time, rolling back and then lifting back up to the top. All right, from here, let's flip over into kneeling on your hands and knees. As you're getting organized, try to set your weight evenly between your arms and your legs, and spread your fingertips apart, just a natural width, not a straining width. I want you to keep your hands down and try to rotate both of your arms so you're turning the pits of the arms forward that way. And then press yourself away from the floor so you feel the connection of your rib cage against your shoulder blades. Let's isolate movement there. When you breathe in, draw your shoulder blades closer together. Your chest sinks just a little. And then when you exhale, spread them apart by pushing away from the floor. Breathe in, allowing your body to sink toward your hands, and then push away from the ground to spread out the blades. Inhale as you retract. Exhale, protract. We're going to do that 1 more time. And then we're going to turn it from an isolation into a full cat stretch. So now take another breath in. This time when you exhale, you're going to flex your spine, and that's going to cause you to further spread your blades apart. So really protracted to help that flexion. When you inhale, you're going to stick out your tailbone, go past neutral, and extend your spine by allowing that retraction back in. As you exhale, you're going to spread the blades while you're flexing the spine. Think of the spine pushing up in between them. And then roll back out through neutral as you inhale. Let that breath fill your chest. So we're still lifting away from the floor when you extend. Exhale, tuck your tail under, round your spine. So when you extend, your chest is going lower, but you're still pushing away from the floor with your arms. So you never need to bend your elbows. 1 more time. Exhale, rounding. And then inhale, back out. All right, let's do one more warm-up exercise. I'm going to have you shift your weight back about halfway towards your heels. We're going to do a thread the needle, pulsing 3, drop that shoulder 2, and further for 1. Inhale back to center. Other side, twisting 3. Deeper for 2, and further for 1. And back to the center. Exhale, rotate. Ring it out 2, further for 3. Inhale to center, and exhale to twist. And 2, and 3. Let's do one more set to each side. Rotate and reach. Deeper for 2, further for 3, back to center. Last time for 3, and 2, and 1. Back to the middle. All right, warm-up's over, but we're not going anywhere. Curl your toes under your feet. Let's just make it all harder. All right, hope you're practicing that arm thing. If you lost a sense of it because we picked up your arms, fix it again. So some space between the fingers, rotated arms. Now we're going to go into a hover where we're picking your knees up off the ground. Take an inhale to stay here. When you exhale, start to draw your abs in. Shift your weight into your fingers and your toes and hover those knees just a little bit off the mat. Stay there for an inhale breath. Exhale to come back down. Let's try that 2 more times like that. Breathe in to hold it. Exhale, start the breath so you feel stable through the trunk. And then for the second half of the breath, you're going to push those knees up. Now, as you hold for your inhale, encourage the breath to go into the back and sides so we still maintain support. And exhale, back down. One more time. Somebody's talking and doing this. I feel like I get so out of breath. Exhale, pull your abs in. That's how you know my abs are really in. Stay here, breathe in. And exhale to return. All right. Ready to hit that cat again? Let's do it with your knees in a hover. If that's too much for you, either keep doing the knee hovers alone or just do the cat with the knees down. All right, exhale breath. You're going to pick those knees up, find your hovering shape. Stay for one more breath in. When you exhale, round into the cat. Try to keep your knees into that low hover. Inhale, stick out your tail, extend your spine. And again, exhale, flex the spine, let your head drop to look at your knees. Inhale, roll back out, lift your chest. Exhale, flex, spreading the blades apart. Look at the legs. Inhale, roll back out. One more time. Exhale. And inhale, return. Drop your knees. Sit back towards your heels into a shell stretch. And while you're there, just take a couple nice smooth breaths. And as you inhale, let the breath expand your back. Hold for an exhale. One more breath in, and then roll up to sitting. All right. Let's stay seated, build off of that click, clack, and do some more rolling back work. So again, work with your knees bent. If you liked that more shallow bend, you can go back to that with your toes up, or you can do feet flat on the floor. Just make sure you can start on your sit bones. All right, going into a variation on half rolling back. That's going to bridge us into the neck pull exercise we're going to do later. I'm going to have you take your hands behind your head. All right, so we've lost the support from earlier. When you exhale, start to roll your hips back. So you want to feel the curl off your sit bones towards your sacrum, and you're going to flex your lower spine about halfway towards the mat. Now stay in the shape. Breathe in once again, encouraging the breath into the back body. When you exhale, you're going to increase your flexion, curling forward. Round over your legs, stopping when you're on your sit bones. Inhale to sit up tall. As you exhale, roll back from your pelvis, compressing your abs, rounding your low back down. Stay here, breathe into your back. And then exhale, slide the ribs towards your hips, curl forward towards the legs. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, roll it down again. Breathe in, feel that nice big expansion. And exhale, curl forward. Inhale up tall. 2 more times. Exhale, roll back. Breathe in. Start the breath. Feel that exhale, flex towards your knees. And inhale up tall. 1 more to go. Exhale, roll it down. Breathe in. And then curl forward. And sit up tall. All right, now let's make some more endurance in that flex position. So hands back to your legs. We're going to go into a full rolling like a ball. Just make sure you've left enough mat available to rock back onto. When you exhale, curl your hips back, flexing that lower spine again. And then take one leg up at a time into tabletop. Elbows out wide, deepening the flexion with your spine. When you breathe in, you're going to roll back to your shoulder blades. And when you exhale, you're going to curl back up. Now, I find when my hands are on my thighs, you can keep rocking, I feel a little too crunched up and it's hard to maintain the flexion. So if you have long arms, the traditional way is to have your hands on your shins. So pick whichever is better for you. I kind of defaulted to the thighs just because we did click clack. I wasn't really thinking that through one way or the other. And inhale back. Exhale to lift. Let's do that 4 more times. Focus on going slow and controlled, enough that you can feel each vertebra sequencing into the mat. If you feel like you lose your momentum a little bit, just give a little more pressure between your arms and legs, especially on the way up. You can push those shins into your hands to help you. Keep the chin dropped so we're supporting the neck and protecting the head. 1 more time, and then back up. All right, flat tire means roll down and don't come up. All right, I got to wiggle back on my mat a little bit. Stick your feet down for a sec. All right, let's do some ab work. Keep your feet down. We're going to get to some legs in the air, but go hands behind your head first. Let's go through just a couple crunches just so we get our form correct. When you breathe in, you're going to tip your chin down slightly. Then as you exhale, curl your head and shoulders up so you're looking at your legs. Hold that flexion for an inhale. Send the breath into your sides. Exhale to come back down. Inhale, you're going to nod the chin slightly, then start curling up your head and shoulders as you exhale. And the force of the breath will slide your ribs towards your hips. Hold there. Keep gazing at your legs as you breathe in. And then exhale to come back down. Let's do 3 more just isolating that. So I want you to feel how inhale does always make you feel longer. So it's nice to start the head nod there so you're getting that pull away from the back of the skull. And then the exhale, as you're drawing those ribs in, you could just stack your head above your shoulders to take the tension out of your neck. Hold there to breathe in. And then keep looking towards your legs as you come down. So you've got that 1 second of a double chin, and then you release your head. Inhale at the bottom. Start that head nod. Let it just go right into curling the head up. Slide down your shoulder blades. Keep them spread a bit. Hold to breathe in. Exhale to come back down. Just 1 more time. Breath in at the bottom. Exhale, nod your chin. Flex forward. Look at your legs. Hold here. Breathe in at the top. And then exhale as you return. All right, stay there. I got to get this sweatshirt off. Okay. We're going to do single leg stretch next. So sorry. Maybe do an extra rep while you're waiting for me, because this is already taking longer than I thought it would. A couple more weeks, friends. I won't be so cold when we start class. We're getting there. All right. Let's add some endurance to your abs and flexion. Rock into imprint when you exhale, and then lift one leg and then the other back up to tabletop. Stay there for a breath in. Then when you exhale, nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders, and look at your legs. Keep the gaze right between your knees, and let's start to alternate, reaching out one leg and then the other. Exhale and reach. As you continue to cycle through the movement, use your breath to find that compression through the deep abdominal wall. Let's do 4 and 3, 2, and 1. I want you to freeze in that last one. Bring your hands behind your head. Now we're going to go right into obliques. When you exhale, rotate towards the knee that's already bent in. Start to switch legs as you come through middle, and we're just going to go back and forth. Make your breath pace this so you don't go too fast, though. Inhale and exhale. In and exhale. Every time you get to the end range of that twist, rotate and come up a little. So it really feels like a diagonal move just to the side of the knee. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to come back to center. Let your head down, but keep your legs in the air. Reset your tabletop and just check in to make sure you're still in your imprint. All right, let's get that double leg stretch now. Exhale, nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders, and look at your legs. Stay here for another breath in. When you exhale, you're going to reach your legs out straight and your arms back by your ears, and then inhale to circle around and tuck those knees back in. Exhale, keep looking at your legs as they reach away from you. Inhale, circle and catch. Exhale, reach out. Pull it back in. Both phases of your breath can help this shape. I think you're familiar with what the exhale's doing, right? So you get that compression, which helps hold the abs strong, and we're resisting the arms and legs going out. But if you send your inhale into your back, that also helps you keep that flex shape. Last time, reaching and pulling back in. All right, lower your head, give yourself a little squeeze, and then release your feet back down. All right, from here, I'm just going to do a quick mute. I'm going to have you flip over. When you get down onto your belly, we're actually going to prop up onto your forearms for the next exercise. I want the elbows to be under your shoulders and about shoulder width apart. Now, sometimes what can be tricky in this exercise is, I'm sure you feel this already, gravity kind of sinks your back down in this position, so you're in an arch. I'd actually like you to pull your abs in and draw your hip bones away from the floor and push your pubic bone into the floor. I'm putting my hands back here to show you my glutes. Okay, when I get that engagement, you'll feel your abs more and more work in your shoulders propping you up. Now make sure your legs are parallel, whether together or slightly separated. We're going to alternate bending one knee at a time. I'll do the first set slow. You're going to bend the knee in 2 pulses, first pointing your foot, then flexing it, and then lay it back down to the mat. And let's alternate legs. Point it up first, flex it second, inhale as you return. Inhale to point and flex, exhale back down to the mat. I did the breath wrong. Exhale, exhale, inhale to return. Let's do it that way. Exhale, point and flex. Inhale for that length I keep talking about. Point and flex. Inhale as you return. When you bend, bring your foot right towards your sit bone, lower back down, and point. Flex, push yourself away from the floor even more. Exhale, abs working as you pulse. Inhale, reach away. 3 more. Point it, flex it. Inhale to return and point. Flex, reach it back out. Last time, point it, flex it, lower back down. Okay, drop back down onto your belly. Set your arms in a W shape, and I want you to open your legs a little wider than shoulder width with your toes turned out. Your feet are a little wider than shoulder width. I'm going to start you with a rotating swan, and then we'll build up into some of the swan variations. I want you to start out by just extending the arm that's on the side closer to the screen so that you start to rotate and extend half of your spine. Now you're going to extend your other elbow, which will bring us into the swan dive in the center, and your gaze will be forward. Lower the first forearm that you lifted, so now I'm twisted the other way, and then when I drop that second forearm, I come back to the center in a hover. Now I'm going to go back the other way. Straighten the arm farther from the screen, then the screen arm, so I'm just hovering in the middle. I'm going to lower the farther arm, then the closer. Now I'm going to do it a little more smooth. So we're going to lift up one arm, rotate through second as you pick up the other, look to the other side, then come back down. Let's do 3 more sets. Twist, rise through center, drop your first forearm, then the second, one more time each way. First arm, second arm, drop the first arm, then the second arm. Last time, rotate, rise up, pushing your chest forward, lower your first arm, then your second. All right, back to that swan. So let's come up this time through the center. I'm going to have you begin with your gaze. Lift your head by looking towards the end of your mat. Push your chest away from the floor, drawing your shoulder blades back and down. Then let your elbows rise to bring you up into your full extension. Stay there for a breath in. Exhale, you're going to come back down, belly, each rib, collarbones, neck, and head. Just do that one more time. Breathe in, grow longer at the bottom. Exhale, start to lift your gaze, pull the blades back, pressing your chest forward. Draw your abs in. You'll feel a lot of glute activation here. Breathe in, use the air to bring that chest forward even more. And as you roll back down, pull your body away from your feet. Make yourself an inch taller as you return to the mat. All right, we are going to do opposite arm and leg rocks. This is not one of the traditional modifications. I thought we could have some fun today. All right, let's go up because we have fun every day. All right, so here we are in our extension. That's your new starting position. When you exhale, I'd like you to lift your right leg off the mat and your left arm. You're going to rock forward. It's important you keep your chin up, and then you're going to rock your upper body back up to the top and put that hand down. Now we're going to switch every time. Exhale, rock forward, gaze lifted to see that hand. Inhale as you return. Exhale, rock and reach. Inhale, back up to the top. Exhale, rock and lift. One more on each side, rocking forward. Make sure you keep that turn out of the leg, lifting and lowering. Good. Take yourself all the way back down. The last variation we're going to do today is called a slow rock. Arms will stay on the ground the whole time, but we will be lifting both legs when you rock forward. So once again, let's lift up. Inhale, gaze leads, shoulder blades back, lift your upper body. As you exhale, pick up both legs to rock forward and bend the elbows. Inhale to push yourself back up to the top. Make sure your legs feel like they're reaching away and up. So they're trying to touch the wall behind you before you're trying to lift them up towards the ceiling. Your upper back stays in extension the whole time, so your gaze always sees at least the baseboard of the wall. Just one more time. Rocking forward, inhale up. Now exhale, come all the way down. Sit back in a shell stretch, hips onto your heels. Stay there. Let's get a nice big inhale into your back. Hold the pose for an exhale, compressing your abs a little more as you release your upper body. Take one more breath in, and then roll up to sitting. Let's go to tall kneel and do a round of spine twist there. All right. Tall kneel. Hips right over your knees. Leave a little space between your legs. Try to resist the urge to be out real wide with your feet together. Get it like into your standing posture. All right, let's take your arms out to the side. I always could have stop sign hands. No stop sign hands. Arms out straight. We are going to do the bow and arrow variation. So I want you to take a breath in to prepare. When you exhale, rotate to your right and bend your back elbow as you twist for 3 pulses, and 2, and 1. Now inhale, reach both arms out to the sides. Other side, exhale for 3. Deeper 2, and further 1. Inhale, return. Rotate for 1. Get taller, then twist. Further for 3. Inhale to center, and exhale to rotate. Try to let your gaze be back at your back elbow, but a little higher than it. Exhale, rotate. Bring it out 2. Further for 3. Inhale to center, and exhale to twist. Deeper for 2, and further for 3. Let's do one more set each way. Exhale and rotate. 2. Further for 3. Back to center. Last time for 3. Deeper for 2, and further for 1. Back to the center. Release your arms back down. All right, I'm going to have you do a variation on the side bend next. So we're going to sit, but with both of your legs off to the same side. Pose your hand in line with your knees. That's going to be our stabilizing arm. Other one's going to rest on your side. Spread those fingertips. When you exhale, you're going to initiate the motion by dropping your shoulders and pushing your ribs over to the side. And just follow that, lifting your hips into a side bend. Inhale, back down. Too far forward on that mat, I'm like falling off. Exhale, up and over. Allow your head to fall towards that bottom arm. Inhale as you return. We're going to do that 3 more times on this side. Try to push into your fingertips to help distribute some of the load away from your wrist. And lower back down. And again, up and over. Pushing up through that top side to create your stretch. And lower back down. Last time. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Push your hips forward. And lower back down. Swing your legs around. All right, resting your other hand on your legs, spreading the fingertips. Let's go again. On your exhale, slide that shoulder down. Shift your ribs, lift your hips, and side stretch. Inhale as you return. And again, exhale up and over. And inhale back down. Exhale as you lift and stretch. Inhale to return. Just 2 more times like that. Exhale, side bend. And inhale to lower. 1 more time. Exhale up and over. And inhale to come back down. Stay seated to start the next exercise. All right. Yeah. We're going to hustle, but we got this. All right. Open leg rocker and then neck pull will be the 2 next exercises coming at you. Open leg rocker is a challenging exercise, a little bit harder than that rolling like a ball we already did. So I'm going to give it to you in stages, layering movements. You can just like stay with the one that's hardest for you and not keep going past your ability level right now. Hands are going to be on the back of your thighs. I want you to roll back just off your sit bones again. And then get your legs up one at a time, and we're going to leave some space between the legs for this version. Now, when you're at the top, one of the differences, instead of staying fully flexed like rolling like a ball, you're going to lift your chest and chin so your gaze is higher than the height of your feet. To initiate rolling back, though, you are going into that deep flexion. So you're going to take an inhale, roll back. When you exhale, you're going to rise up to the top, slide down your shoulder blades, lift your chest, lift your gaze. And again, rock back, increasing your flexion, roll back up. Now, for the breath, some people prefer to breathe opposite. I was trying to give you a breath that would help when you get to the top to find stability. So that exhale is to compress your abs and resist the force of lifting your chest. But doing it backwards of that might also help you in other ways. So just explore. Don't fight it if you're not breathing like me. All right, next step. You're straightening your legs when you're at the bottom. So you're going to rock back, straighten both knees, and then curl back up, find your balance. Guess whose pants are falling off? All right, again, roll back, extend, and then curl back up, lift your heart. Exhale, roll back, kicking the legs over, lift back up, nice tall chest, 2 more this way. Rock back, extend, roll back up, and lift. I really should get rid of these particular pants. I can't though. And relax. You're going to put your feet down before we do the full version. I am going to fix my pants. But it's because one of my friends has a matching pair, and I love her, and I love when we wear the same pants together. It's like I can't ever let these go. But I probably wear mine. I've worn mine out a lot more than her, I think. All right, as we do that full version, we're going to take a quick stretch break before we go on to that set. So go ahead and set your body back in the pose that starts the exercise. I want you to grab one leg up in the air, and you're just going to stretch it up to the ceiling and bend your knee. Do that 2 more times. And try to keep your chest up as you're doing it. Release your leg back down. Try it on the other side. So if you know the tree exercise from the reformer, this is how the beginning of that tree feels, right? Just reaching that leg up, finding that hamstring stretch, but trying to keep your chest up and resist falling away from it. All right, so that just gives you a little prepping. We're going to try to hold those legs straight. Roll back. Take the legs up to here, and then we're going to extend them. Your hands can stay on your thighs, or if it gives you more support, you can go up higher onto your calves. All right, slide down those blades, get the chest lifted. Now you're going to rock back, keeping the legs extended, roll up, slide down your shoulders, lift your gaze to look at your feet. As you roll back, you should be looking at the thighs or the knees, and then higher at your shins and ankles. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, back up, lift your heart. Just 3 more times like this. Roll it down, curl up, find that lift. And 2 to roll back. Lift from your heart. 1 more time. Roll down, and then curl back up. Bend your knees, release your feet down. Sit with your legs out long now. All right, into that neck pull. If you're more comfortable with your knees bent a little, feel free. We're going to go hands at your forehead for this. That way I can give you like a little mini modification in case you need it. All right, from vertical, roll back your hips again, but we're going to go all the way down till you're laying flat on your back. If you feel like you can't sustain this slow, move your hands there on the way down, and that'll make a big difference in terms of the load you're taking with you. Same thing on the way up. If you struggle to come up, do the same thing. You're going to inhale, nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders. Then when you exhale, increase your flexion, keep rolling up. So like that's when you would need to do it. Otherwise, hands stay on your forehead. We're going to round over your legs. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, roll back again. Keep your gaze forward until it's time to lay your head down. Inhale, head and shoulders. Exhale, keep curling forward over your legs. Inhale, roll back up. And exhale, roll down. Unravel till you're flat. Inhale, head and shoulders start the movement. Use your exhale to compress, bringing the hips and ribs together, giving that extra ab support as you're coming up. Inhale up to the top, and exhale, roll back down. 2 more times. Inhale, head and shoulders lift. Exhale, keep curling forward over your legs. Inhale, roll back up. And exhale, roll all the way down. Last one. Inhale, head and shoulders, start your move. Exhale, compress your abs, curl forward over your legs. Inhale up, exhale down. Well, as always, we're out of time right when we're getting going. So turn over, push yourself up to standing. Last but not least, how about let's do a few squats into a standing heel raise. Set your feet parallel, about hip width apart. On your squat phase, I want you to swing your arms back so it feels like you're preparing to jump. You're going to straighten your legs, lift your heels, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Like we're jumping to, I don't know, volleyball. Volleyball. Like we're jumping to block a volleyball going over a net. Sorry for all you volleyball players. I shouldn't have grumbled when volleyball came into my head. But if you know me in real life, you know why that happened. 3 more. I'm turning everyone who's 5'2" into 5'10". That's why. And lift up. 2 more times. You better put a like on this video if you know what that joke's about. 1 more. Head up. And then back down. All right. Shake yourself out. Give yourself a little Muppet dance to finish. You worked hard today. Be proud of yourself. I'll see you soon.